Jalen, you feel like you guys are playing your best basketball of the year right now?
I hope not. Actually, I think we are on the upward climb, but I think upcoming next week into the tournament, I hope that's where our best basketball comes. But I mean, obviously, it feels good to get a sweep at home, especially on senior night. So it definitely felt good for that. Yeah.
What was it like just having to fill in for Malik under the circumstances with him hitting the floor and stuff? I mean, what went through your head at that point?
Obviously, I never want to see one of my bros get injured like that, but I think that's what honestly practice is for. I know that sounds cliche, but me and him and David go at it every day at practice. So we always make each other better, and I just think that makes us better every day in practice. So.
Jalen, you played a great game. But first, did they poke fun at you a bit for not dunking that fast break layup?
Now, I don't know if y'all was at the William & Mary game, but I missed one earlier in the year, so I'm done for the season. They did poke fun at me, but I ain't doing it no more. All layups for me.
You had a spectacular game, man. You played 17 points, 7 to 10 from the field. You had 6 assists. How were the guys supporting you? Obviously, you had to fill in Malik. That's unfortunate that you had to fill in with an injury, but you did play a great game. What were they telling you out there when you were out there doing what you were doing?
Just giving me confidence. I mean, obviously it helps when you make good plays, but even on plays where I could have done something different and made a better read, they all just stayed positive. And I think that's what when we're at our best, when we're all positive, lifting each other up through the good and the bad.
Just assess your night. 17 points. I mean, I get I got to step up with Malik being down, but were you a little surprised that you actually came through the way you did?
I put in a lot of work, and so it doesn't really come as a surprise. Obviously, it feels very good to have a game like this, but I want to start off on defense every game. I think if I can get my defense going, that'll lead into my offense. So once I get a good feel on defense, making a couple shots always helps as well. So I was able to make some shots today.
As a team, how comfortable are you guys now? Because it looked amazingly smooth with Malik or without Malik tonight against Middle Tennessee.
I think it's a testament of the growth that we've had this season. We've had a couple hiccups during the season where we just showed that we were a little bit immature. I think this weekend we knew Middle Tennessee not having the record that really excites you. I think we showed a lot of maturity just being ready for the challenge and not looking forward to weeks ahead and things like that. So if we keep growing like this, I think we'll be good come tournament time.
I know you take one game at a time, one series at a time, but I'm sure you peeked ahead a little bit next weekend. That's going to be a big one. Do you feel like you're in the best position you can be in going into this weekend?
I think I have a better read on that from the week of practice that we're going to have. The game is won the week of practice. Well, you earn the right to win during the week of practice. The game obviously isn't won. So if it depends on how our practices go, especially Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I have a better feel for how we're going to be on the Western Kentucky series.
Jalen, offensively, you guys were on fire tonight. You shot 51% from the field, but you guys, the team, only shot 6 of 20 from deep. How do you guys stay committed and stay disciplined to find easier shots and attack the rim when you know the shot isn't falling?
I think it's just confidence with the outside shooting. I think we have good days and bad days. Obviously, the percentages for our season aren't great from the three-point line, but we don't want to pass up open shots. But our strength is obviously scoring inside, getting good looks, getting into our post guys and working from there. So we try to work from the outside, from the inside out.
You guys good?
All right. Thanks, Jalen.
Oh, could I get one more? Just one more question? Just assess just one more time about tonight and just as a team now, as you're wrapping up the home season now, hitting in the road. Do you feel like this team's really hitting its stride right now?
I think we're doing pretty well. I think we've won 3 straight games, so that's always good. We have some momentum coming in the next week. But like I said before, we hope this isn't our peak. We hope we peak come March, starting next week. That's when I hope we ascend the most.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jalen.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Got the
Hello,
shot.
everyone.
Oh, there's Jeff.
Hey, sir.
Yeah, just ask you questions then, right? Yeah. Everybody ready?
All set.
I thought tonight was the complete game that we didn't play last night. I thought other than maybe just a slightly slow start out of the gate, we had terrific energy. Our defense was outstanding, and we had a lot of different guys contribute in different ways at different times. So to finish the game in a positive manner, I thought was a good sign and left us feeling good about ourselves after this series.
Talk about senior night, for lack of a better term, for the last regular season home game. Did it feel strange, even though there were some fans in the stands, compared to maybe obviously senior nights of the past?
Well, it wasn't. We decided we would not have a senior night. It was the last regular season game, but this year there's just so many different things going on. The NCAA, the free year legislation that they did. It's there's a lot of things that go into it, and we just decided that not having a senior night would be just one more thing in this year that was different.
You mentioned the fact that this was the complete game for you guys for tonight. Is this one of the right time, given that that you still got to go on the road and finish up, but this is the right time you guys are finally clicking the way you should be in your eyes?
I think so. I mean, we're not there yet, but I do think we've been on a little bit of an upward trajectory, and we're playing some good basketball. Need to be better, can be better, hopefully will be better. But when you look at the fact that we did this tonight with Malik only playing 10 minutes, Kalu struggled tonight, and it's he's been playing really, really well, and it just wasn't his night. Got in the early foul difficulty. Joe Reese chipped a tooth, was playing with a headache. It's not like everything was just kind of aligned for us, but Jalen Hunter stepped up and had another really, really good game. Mekhi Long is playing the best basketball of his career. We feel good about the win. We feel good about how we've been playing, but at this time of the year, that can end quickly. You got to just kind of string it out and see if you can keep getting better and keep moving forward.
Jeff, can you confirm what the injury was to Malik and how is he doing?
He got hit in the head. I mean, he feels fine, but we just wanted to take every precaution and make sure they'll keep an eye on him. We won't say at this point that it is or isn't a concussion. We don't know. We're just going to monitor him closely, but we didn't want to take any chances with that. And that's one of the things that our medical staff, that they make the call. So I'm just kind of I'm on the outside looking in, and I'll communicate with them, and they'll let me know, when Malik is ready to go. I'll just be keeping my fingers crossed that it'll be on Monday or Tuesday. Malik, by the way, wanted to play in the second half and was told he was not able to.
That he did.
Coach, you mentioned that you got production from several different guys tonight. Your bench combined for 32 points. The majority of those coming from Jalen Hunter. He had 17. What kind of confidence does that give you as a team, knowing that when the bench unit goes in, there's not going to be any lapses in the play of the team?
Well, that's what you hope for, right? You hope to have a deep team that, whatever the game throws at you, that you can deal with it. And I think, Jalen's been playing better, scoring aside. Jalen's been playing excellent defense, has done some really good stuff for us for about a month now. He's been playing at a higher level. People will notice more because of the scoring in this game and some of the big shots that he hit. But we've seen this coming, so that's a good sign. Austin Trice, I think all year long has been a quality backup for Kalu, and that combined production at the center spot, has been a real strength of our basketball team. And now all of a sudden, I think you look at Mekhi Long and the contributions that he's made as of late, playing excellent defense, really getting on the boards, giving us a live athletic body. Besides the points, obviously, getting additional scoring, particularly the way he does it, right? I mean, unsettled situations, he gets an occasional three, an offensive putback, a steal or out, and get out in transition. I'm excited about our team, and I don't want to get carried away. Again, we still have to get better, but I like that we're moving in the right direction.
Am I correct that you started out man-to-man, and then after the first media timeout went to the 1-3-1? And if so, what did you see that made you make that switch?
Well, we did. We didn't stay with the zone for a long stretch. We used it more of a change-up at different times. We got a glimpse of it last night, and I probably in retrospect, we should have played it more Friday night. But when we did play it, it kind of caused them to – they didn't look comfortable against it. So we knew coming into this game, the second game, the adjustments and all that kind of stuff, we wanted to use it more. We did use it more, but I'd say we were probably still 70% man-to-man, if not more. 70-30, something like that. But it did keep them off balance, and we were able to get some deflections and force them to shoot some long contested threes at the end of the shot clock. And those are the kind of shots, if you do a good job rebounding, that allow you to get out in transition. And tonight we have 15 points in the fast break, but the open court situation is definitely something that is something we're trying to accomplish.
Jeff, what will you do to try and defense Bassie next weekend? What's going to be your strategy?
Well, as if we've already done it, and as if I'm going to tell you if we did. He's really good, and the thing that I remember from his freshman year. Obviously, he was a good player then, not as good then as he is now, but he is a worker. A lot of times these really, really talented guys, they're outstanding players, but they're not the workhorse kind of guys. Bassie is. So whatever it is we end up doing, whether we double team, I don't know. We've got to watch some film. We got to meet. We got to talk. Whatever it is that we do, we've got to work. And it's not about shutting him out or shutting him down. It's about making him work for everything that he gets, so that he doesn't just have one of those dominant games that where he just takes over. I'd like to think we could do what Houston did, but I'm not going to hold my breath. He just had a tough game, and Houston is a really, really, really good defensive team. And so that just was not, that wasn't Western Kentucky's night 2 nights ago, whenever it was.
Western Kentucky takes care of business this weekend. The stakes will be obviously high next week. Do you anticipate it having almost like a tournament feel, and do you like playing for these kind of stakes going into the tournament?
Of course. I mean, this told the guys. I mean, they're lucky. An old guy like me, I mean, there's a lot of things I'd give up to be able to be in their shoes and play in important, relevant basketball games. Now, and all the sacrifice and everything that they've gone through, to have an opportunity to play the number one team, the team in our league that everybody's talking about, maybe being an at-large team in the NCAA tournament. Hey, we get a chance to play an important basketball game. So, to me, that should be the definition of fun. If you're a competitor, these are things that you dream about and you look forward to.
Coach, so Joe Reese and Kalu, they combined for 0 for 1 in the first half. They weren't really being aggressive tonight. Those are two of your starters. We understand the flow of the game is the flow of the game, but do you talk to your starters about how you need to be more aggressive on the offensive end, or does that not matter to you at all?
Well, I think Kalu got the 2 early fouls, and I think that kind of negated his aggressiveness after that. One of the fouls was let's just say it was a cheap one. The other one was not a smart foul. It's been a while. Kalu played great defense last night without getting into foul trouble. I don't think he was disciplined as much tonight. And when he was taken out early, I just think he was out of rhythm. And we need him to be ready right from the get-go. One thing that Middle Tennessee did, two. One is the 1-3-1, and so that means that he's out away from the basket more initially, right? So that takes away his ability to score in the low post. The second thing is, I think they approached it like they had 15 fouls to give on him. And their bigs were really, really, really physical. It wasn't called very much, but they were just rooting him out of the post, and they were bringing a second defender, not a double team, but a second defender if he did or Austin catch the basketball, so that they just didn't get many clear looks. So I think a combination of just those fouls and not being in rhythm, combined with some of the things that Middle Tennessee did. I mean, obviously they had to come into the game and say, look, we got to guard in the low post. We got to figure something out, because if we let him score down here, he's been having an awful lot of success.
Jeff, when you look back on the season, I know it's a little early to look back, but you lost your best player in preseason. Did you think without Jason that this team could be this good and could be in the running for the division championship in the last week?
Harry, I can honestly say I didn't think in those terms. I think if as a coach, if you think in those terms, you're putting limits, and I think what you want to do is you want to be as good as you could possibly be. And did I feel like we could still be a good team? Yeah. Did losing Jason again this year, did that hurt our basketball team? Without a doubt. I mean, you don't lose a guy like that, what he brings, both tangible and intangible, to the court. But the focus was on, okay, what do we do now? How can we be the best basketball team that we can possibly be? And, if you've got guys that buy in, and, by and large, we were talking today, our team a year ago at 13-19, right? We were 20 possessions away from being 19-13, right? There were a lot of really close games that came right down to the wire that we weren't quite good enough. This year we're pretty much the same, but those guys, Kalu is better, right? Jalen Hunter is better. AJ Oliver is better. Joe Reese is better. So we've grown up together. We've been through that tough year a year ago. Would I love for Jason Wade to be playing? Yeah, but you play the hand that you're dealt, and that's been our focus. Is how can we, the way the team is constituted, how can we be the best that we can be.
One last thing, Jeff. This has been obviously a very strange season. Not a lot of fans at home, and I know that's been difficult for the players because they feed off the fans. How have they I guess handled that? Do you think this season?
I think they're probably disappointed. They miss the fans, but they haven't dwelt on that. Is that a word, by the way? Dwelt? Yes. Dwelt. But we've made do. We adjust just like we have for so many other things. And you try to bring your own energy, your own enthusiasm, and again, you handle what is in front of you the best of your ability, and I think our guys have done that. Having said that, if we could have had a packed crowd, or if we could have had 1,000 or 1,500, or they would have loved that, but that just wasn't to be. And I think we understand it too. I don't think I haven't heard any of our guys complaining about it. I mean, they understand why.